Hi, my name is Sualua, and people around here just call me Chef. We're in the beautiful island of American Samoa, paradise on the other side of paradise. We're here at the American Samoa Culinary Academy, and this is my favorite place to be. Well, this culinary program actually came about through funding sources from the NAG program, National Emergency Grant, and then it developed because there was a need to teach people new skills that were affected by the tsunami, and then of course the closure of our canneries here. So the Samoan people actually have a natural knack for food. I mean, everything around this culture has to do with food. So we're actually pretty good cooks, and so we just took some of that whole idea and then started to teach them how to do it professionally. We wanted to get as many people as we could through with entry-level skills, and when we took a look at it, we said, okay, let's do a 4-month program. And then during that 4-month program, they actually spent 2 weeks without even being in the kitchen, just in the lecture room, learning food safety and sanitation and culinary nutrition and things like that. Before they even go downstairs, they've already passed their food handler's examination with the health department and have been cleared by the health department. Then the other 3 months or so, they spend rotating from the hot production kitchen to the garde-manger kitchen, which is the cold kitchen, and then of course entry-level baking. And so we figured that as they go through these, they can take a look and see where their strengths are, what they like best, and then hopefully we can help them develop those skills, whether it be in baking, hot production, or in cold food. I think that they're excited going through the program and being here because they knew how to cook, but they actually didn't know that there was a lot of techniques involved, a lot of formulas involved, a lot of new ways to do things. And so I think that they're very excited about learning all these new methods and new ways of cooking. Well, actually, I left the island when I was 3 years old, and so I actually went to school in the San Francisco Bay Area. I studied culinary arts at the San Francisco Hotel and Restaurant program at the San Francisco City College on Phelan Street, and then I did programs at Weimar Institute, and then of course the Culinary Institute of America. And when I came back here, I said, wow, what a beautiful place. Who would want to leave this place? I mean, it's like being around the ocean, being around the tropics. And then I seen that there was really a need for people to have cooks here on island to have some kind of training where they can learn standards, to learn basic elementary things to help them be better cooks. Prior to the school being here, there was no kind of training at all anywhere on the island. So with this, I mean, to do a story when the people that interviewed our cooks for the school lunch program, the comments that they made was, thank you for opening the program, because it was really nice to hear people that came in for a job interview, when asked questions about sanitation, knew what we were talking about. When asked questions about nutrition, when asked questions about basic culinary math, knew exactly what we were talking about. So these are just some of the feedbacks that we're getting in terms of people out in the field that has some of our students being interviewed and working with them. We're about like about a 50% in terms of placement, roughly right around there. So some of the students, when they get placed in jobs, they actually really see how hard it is. It's not an easy job. You have to be on your feet and a lot, and so they're changing. They're willing to make the necessary changes to keep jobs. Yeah, we have a lot of great success stories in terms of the talent that's being produced in a short amount of time. So we have 3 students, one who opened up their own cake business, one opened up a pie business, and one opened up a personal chef's business. So this is just the things that they're doing independently. And then we have students placed in school lunch program, the hospital, hotels. Sadie Thompson Inn has a couple students, and we have students at Cocoa Bean and places like that, different restaurants. I think the hardest thing in terms of starting up a program like this is that everybody wants to be in the program. and we don't really have enough space to do the demand, to meet the demand. The hardest difficult thing was finding facilities that can house a program like this. So those were pretty big challenges. As you can see, we have upstairs and downstairs, but it'd be nice just to have one building for, culinary arts. I mean, with the funding from the NAG program, we were able to actually put this program together. It couldn't happen without it, in terms of the equipment, in terms of this beautiful classroom facility, in terms of the whole program, the financial structure of this program. We wouldn't have been able to do it without the funding from them. This is a program that we definitely need to keep going. So we hope that there might be more funding available somewhere along the line, and we hope that as we work with partners with the groups like the American Culinary Federation, the Small Business Administration, and other things, other groups like this, that we can continue to run either some type of training program where we can keep the school going, whether it be a chef's apprentice program or a certified culinary arts program going into a one-year program. Just recently, we've opened up the student bistro, so that's been open, I'll say about a month and a half now. The student bistros, we have some of the graduating students that are doing like an apprenticeship, where they do more advanced baking, and then we sell some of the baked goods downstairs in our student bistro, along with sandwiches and soups and small entrees and things like that. And then we also have catering that we can get involved in. So these are just some of the things that can help, but they definitely don't pay all the bills, but it's a start. It's a real good start. One of the toughest lessons is that you have to treat these particular students as if they had no kind of training at all. And so you always have to keep in mind that people are going to ask you the same questions all the time, even though you just answered that question like 5 minutes ago to somebody else, and here comes that same question again. So I think patience, and then and to really learn how to work with all the different students that are here, with the different backgrounds, with the different villages they're from, and be tuned into their situations, what they might be going through, to help them, encourage them, and to continue to come to class and continue to want to study. I think education is key to this, so whatever level we can teach it, whether it be to new culinary students or whether it be to a group of church ladies that might want to take an afternoon class or something like that, I think that's key, that's a start. Your health is affected by what you put in here, as well as good health and as well as bad health. Is learning how to make good choices. But the thing is that people need to understand that what choices are out there, and then help them to make the decision that hopefully they'll make the right decision when it comes to choices. I do a TV program where I use whole foods in terms of healthy cooking and things like that. It's called What's Cooking with Chef Sualua. And in this program, I use a lot of the local vegetables and fruits. And a lot of people come up to me and they say, "Thank you for teaching us on how to cook these greens. Thank you for teaching us how to use these beans, legumes," which people in American Samoa never seen before. Legumes? Pinto beans, what's that? But you have, it's process of teaching them how to use it and making it taste good. So if we can teach these students how to prepare local produce and vegetables and stuff like that, and how to use different sources of proteins, and I think that they can in turn take this into the home. They can in turn take this to the churches and communities and things like that. And then, as I try to share with them, things that you learn, you should always want to teach and share it with somebody else. Food belongs to everybody. So as you learn new things about food, share it with other people. So I think that that's the start. You start off with people, teaching people, and then those people teaching other people. Yeah. We definitely need the economy here to get better in order to make everything else work. You know, we definitely need the canneries here. We need, you know, more jobs in the private sector. You know, so a lot of those things are all important to the sustainability, not only for our school but for business as well. You know, at the time that tsunami hit, I was running with school kids up to the mountains. I was in one of the school lunch kitchens. They're cooking breakfast, doing a training with the cooks there, and we were getting breakfast ready. And the warning came out, and the sirens were ringing, and the police officers going with the loudspeaker saying, "Hey, evacuate." So I just grabbed all the kids, and don't forget the case of milk over there, bring that along. We ran up to the mountains. But to see the effects of it, I mean, it was devastating. You know, you just want to break down and cry, you know, when you see something like that. And we were actually involved in emergency feeding, where a lot of us just got together, you know, school lunch program using their kitchens, and a lot of people just band together and helped prepare food for people that were displaced, going and sending food out to emergency shelters. You know. But it was something that was real hurtful inside, you know, to see our island go through that, and the destruction it caused, the lives that it took, and then the displacement of a lot of people. So this is something that I've always wanted to do, but when the need arose, it inspired me to act on it, you know, and to seize the moment, you know, before the moment goes away. And so that it was good in terms of, hey, we have this program. I can be part of the solution in helping it, or I can turn my back to it, and you know, and the whole thing is to be part of the solution. You know? So.